everybody, this is Dr. Stacy, and I'm just doing a real quick video today talking about relationships. As a mental health therapist, I specialize in working with women, so relationships is one of the main topics that does come up. So I have women coming into counseling, they're feeling stressed out, drained, unappreciated. Sometimes, feeling so defeated that it, has led to some depression. They're having problems in their day-to-day functioning. And as women, we can often find ourselves getting caught up in these struggle love situations, okay? And the struggle love is being the ride or die chick, being there for him, holding him down, loving him through everything. You are going to build him up. And sometimes in this process of building him up, you can actually tear yourself down. So in the struggle love, there can be different situations, infidelity, betrayal, deceit. A lot of times there might be domestic violence, and there can be emotional, financial, sexual abuse. And, the woman will be caught up in this relationship, not really happy with it, but not really knowing what to do, what's the next step. So they come into counseling, wanted to talk this through and figure out, what should I do? How can I move forward? And, there is this song that is a song by Betty Wright, After the Pain. Anyway, in this song, she says something about having a piece of man is better than having no man at all. Now, we know that that is not true, but sometimes you can get so caught up in this struggle love and you're trying so hard to love and to be loved that in this process, you don't really understand that all you do have is this piece of man who is giving you only what he wants to give you. And sometimes it can be a situation where, it might be for a financial convenience or whatever it is on his part. And it may be he's kind of just stringing you along. He's just not that into you, but he's stringing you along until something better comes along in his eyes. Or he gets tired of you, or maybe you just get tired of him and finally just say, okay, I've had enough of this. And, it happens to the best of us. So a couple of things that I talk to women about when they come in for counseling about these type of issues. Of course, we first start with the self-esteem, self-worth. We have to address that first, because if you don't feel like you deserve better, it's going to be really hard to advocate for yourself in this relationship. A lot of times there's not a self-esteem issue at all. The woman is just really, somebody who loves really hard. They love this person. And there's like this sense of, I don't want to be a failure. I am a failure. I can't love him how he wants to be loved. I can't get him to love me the way I need to be loved. And so, we work through the self-esteem issues if that's there, and then talk about effective communication, relationship negotiation, knowing what you want. You have to know what you want before you can express that to your partner in a relationship. So first figuring out what is it that I want, and then knowing how to effectively communicate that and express that. And then from there, after you've communicated that, you want to have an action plan. So what do I want, and what am I going to do to get it? And it may be making some changes on your part. It may require you to request that your partner is making some changes on their part. So you're coming up with the action plan of what you're going to do, how you are going to do it, and then you're looking at a time frame of when you are expecting or wanting these changes to happen or to take place. So you want to be able to communicate what it is that you want, what it is that you need, because believe it or not, a lot of times in relationships, people do not communicate that. They sometimes think the person is just supposed to read their mind. So once you put it out there, you let your expectations be known, you give this time frame. If it is not moving along, then you have to decide, what are you going to do? And you want to be able to say that you have done everything that you could do to make this thing work. And, once you've done that, then it's kind of like, well, I can do bad all by myself, is how some people look at it. I look at it like this. I don't ever intend to do bad ever. I'm going to do and be great. So if we can't do and be great together, then this thing just ain't going to work. But, you have to figure that out for yourself. And, when your partner, if a man doesn't know how to lead, how can you follow? Because if you're taking shortcuts and you're taking detours, I just can't go. So it's about figuring out what it is you want, what are your expectations, what are your requirements, being able to communicate that effectively. And once you've done that, knowing when it's time to go and not feeling guilty that it is time to go. You should never feel guilty about putting yourself first. And don't ever get in a situation where you feel like it's too late to change, or, I've been with this person X amount of years and now I have to stay here, because there's always, room for change and for growth if that's what you want to do. And, I always think about my favorite movie is The Color Purple. And, there's a line in there where Sophia tells Miss Celie, he ain't worth it. He ain't worth it. So you never let somebody get you into a situation where you are neglecting your wants and your needs. And you never let somebody make you feel guilty about putting yourself first. This is Dr. Stacy. My website and my blog is beingdrstacy.com. That's beingdrstacy.com. And I'm on all the social media, Facebook, Instagram, all of that, at being